Okay, welcome back to another episode of Gaming with Albert. And today we're going to see how to make our little base a little bit better. Okay, so we can see here we have our basic material that we gathered the last time. For sticks, actually found a bee, some honey. So we have some basic foods. But let's see what we're going to do next. Okay, what we're probably going to be doing most of the time in this game. Gathering wood. That's right. And that's what we're going to be doing a whole lot of here in this game. Alright, so let's go look for some big trees. Alright, with our current axe this is going to take just a bit long, but it's definitely doable. Actually we need to make a space so we can expand our little base here. So let's go ahead and cut down all these trees. And get a clearing going. Okay, it's pretty easy to cut wood. Just hit it, and there you go. Okay, that will occasionally happen, especially when you don't eat food in this game. So you always want to eat a couple of berries or something. I haven't, just because it's the meadows and monsters are pretty easy right now. So this is basically telling you every time you die, you lose a little experience. Alright, and we're going to have to make a bed, so we can just respawn there each and every time we meet disaster. Alright, let's check the map again. Just, we're going to be defeating this first boss here in another video. Just want to make sure he's not too far away because that sometimes happens. And yeah, we'll need to defeat that boss so we can get rid of some of these rocks you notice around here. Okay, so we've gathered our belongings again. Getting our clothes back on. And just check out the way we fell there. Kind of gruesome. Alright, so we're going to take care of these logs again. Because we're going to need a whole lot of them. Lots of wood for our first project. And, well, don't worry about making this base too big. It's because we just want this base so we can get back here to our first spawn point. Because we're going to be hanging our trophy. Alright, well in the event that some of you want to take on all the bosses, you'll need this starting point here. It's not to be a really big base. You see it's in the middle, so it's pretty safe anyway. But that's where you're going to be hanging all your trophies. And the world is pretty big. So you don't want to have to be running hours and hours across the continent to get back to this point. So we're going to be making a spawn point here. So we can yeah, just be accessing this area a whole lot easier. Okay, so we see here we're almost full. Our inventory here. So, yeah, just make sure we have everything repaired. As we have a repair bench really close by. We're gonna have to make a bow here pretty soon as well if we want to get a little bit better food. Hunting some deer. Alright, so we have a lot of wood, which is exactly what we want. Wood and stone, the basic building elements in this game. Alright, so we see the need to expand a little bit already, right? Okay, so let's get a little bit of our wood here. And let's see how we're going to be making our little base a little bigger. So we will need a bed, especially if we start venturing out a little further. Alright, so let's see here. Easiest way to do this without getting really fancy, just to do everything flat. I know a lot of people out there say, no, you have to make an arched roof and all this. But really don't worry about it, it's just your first base. So yeah, just make it easy. Don't get too frustrated. Keep it simple. Yeah, just build out like this. It's really easy. If you want to make it pretty, just rotate your boards around so they all look the same. But again, it's not that important. Alright, you do notice we have a hole in the roof though. That's because the smoke in this game uh, can kill you. And especially here in my case, I have only eaten berries, so I don't have too many hit points. So let's make sure the smoke has a way to get out. Alright, so you see we have our walls built out a little bit. Our little boards on the top. Those don't actually count as a roof though. You'll see how we're going to actually make that a roof here in a few seconds. Like we did in the previous video. Yeah, we just build that out. Alright, so let's get a few more things going here. Probably want to move this fire. It's a little more aligned so that smoke can get out a little better. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make a hoe because we're definitely going to need that. It's one of the very, very basic things that you'll need in this game, a whole lot. We'll go ahead and rearrange these because we're planning on making a bow here a little later on, so to keep all the controls the same. Alright, let's go see what Hugin has to say about that. I bet he liked what we just did. And yeah, we're going to be doing some landscaping. Alright, so we have a hole, which isn't going to make things too flat, but don't worry about it. We won't be able to do too much until we actually get a pickaxe. So yeah, we just want to get more or less flat, so don't worry about that. And let's get rid of these stumps, because those do affect our FPSs. So if you have graphics issues, you want to make sure you get rid of the stumps. Alright, so we have our base is going pretty good here. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some modifications here. Take that far out with the middle mouse button. Okay, relocate that, just get it centered there. That space. Awesome. Alright, so that smoke just goes up and out. Yeah, we don't want it accumulating in there because we're going to need a bed in there. So you don't want to sleep and get carbon monoxide poisoning. Alright, so see what we can do with this roof here. Run up here. This is where you're going to find out jumping is a major skill. We're not too good at jumping yet. Alright, so let's see how we can make things a little prettier. Alright, so let's get some support boards here. Not that these supports at this point make too much of a difference, but you do want to get in the habit of using them or making bigger structures. I'm just doing it just because I have the habit of doing it. But yeah, don't worry about it too much. Alright. These are jumping a little bit more. Alright, support boards. Notice when you put a support board there, the construction turns green. That's good. That means our construction isn't gonna fall down. Let's go ahead and close that up, even though we don't have to. And now for the smoke to get out, let's go ahead and raise this up a little bit. And think we're out of wood. Okay. So we better go get some more. Luckily we do have some here. Alright. So let's get this thing going. Alright, so you notice you always want to have your tools repaired. That's a major part of this game too. So if your tools are broken, you're far away from a workbench, and that is definitely not good. Alright, so we have a little elevated space there. I'm gonna have a little roof up there, so when it rains, fire won't go out. Alright, doesn't have to be anything too fancy. You got a little roof piece there, put that there. Those should snap right into place. If they don't snap and you make a mistake, yeah, don't worry about it. Just take it down and build it again. That's all part of the game. If it doesn't look pretty, then yeah, just do it again. Alright. So you see some, not anything too fancy. Those things count as a roof, so that's what matters. Doesn't have to be that pretty. This is just our first base, so don't worry about it too much. Don't stress. And unless you want to make this your major super base. But there are some factors later on that will probably lead you to other areas, especially when you get near swamps and plains and stuff like that. Your major base will probably go somewhere else. So I would recommend just keeping this as an outpost. Really simple, a little bit secure. Yeah, you could just come back here when you need to. Yeah, we'll eventually have a little portal right over there in the corner. I'm pretty sure our bed isn't going to fit in here. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get our resting bonus, which you know is something I usually forget how to do. And while we're waiting for that, we can check out our builds, which is looking really good. Alright, got a 10-minute resting bonus now. Alright, let's get a little further view of what we did. Yeah, that does look awesome. Simple, but awesome. Alright, so we got our hoe out. Let's go ahead and get our little clearing going. And you'll see why I'm doing this here in a few seconds. Yeah, you don't want to get it too close to what you build because that will knock things down. Okay. Yeah, then again, don't get too frustrated. Things don't get too leveled. That's to be expected. It only gets things sort of leveled. That's more or less what we want. Even though it is an extra here, your main base you may want to get things really leveled. Really pretty, because that's where you're going to be most of the time. This is just going to be an outpost though, just to stay here to our starting area. Alright, so see, things aren't that bad. That's actually pretty level. Keep things all repaired, which is a really good habit. Resting bonus, everything repaired. Alright, see the smoke's going up really nicely through the roof. Not getting stuck inside. That's exactly what we want. Alright, so it's safe to place our bed. And as I suspected, the bed doesn't really go in there. That's because the terrain isn't that level. So we can put it over here. Although you know the rain could come in and get that wet, so that's a good place. But we just have to build out a little bit for the roof and the walls. And that should work out nicely. Alright, Hugo's very happy about our bed. And I'm happy that he's happy about that. Alright, so if you click on that, that'll make your spawning point. Which is something you'll be doing a whole lot in this game. With each little outpost you make. Not so much that you want to be sleeping in every bed, but it does give you a little bonus. For your resting bonus. It'll give you a couple more minutes. Which is critical in this game. Alright, so now that we have our bed in there, we want to extend that a bit. And just so things don't get wet. Extend the roof. And we can go ahead and build off of that. The smoke has a really nice space to go through. And there we go. That is awesome. Alright, so yeah, we could go up there and finish that off. Yeah, we have enough wood to do that. 40 wood. Yeah, you see we have to use wood a whole lot in this game. So in our basic building materials, even when you have stone, you still need wood to make your scaffolding and stuff like that. So you always want to make sure you have enough wood. And let's go ahead and build our roof pieces. It don't always have to be lined. Unless you're that picky, then you can go ahead and line those. But I'm not that picky, so there you go. Alright, we have extended roof. Our bed should be fine. And that is awesome. Alright, so that's a pretty good first base. A lot better than my very first one that I made. Alright, so we're going to need a little more wood. Let's go ahead and chop, chop, chop. Make sure we don't die in the process. So we got the domino effect there. Almost got hit. Yeah, domino effect's good, so we don't have to waste too much time chopping that. Alright. And chopping does attract enemies, so I think I heard one coming this way. Which isn't bad. I mean, the meadows aren't that hard. As long as you get the habit of learning how to fight them. You step up to them, hit them, wait for them to try to hit you back, hit them again, and that's it. Even at night, it's no big deal. Other areas, though, you probably want to stay out of when it's night. See, that's the thing, too, that they kind of run away, which is really annoying, because you have to go catch them. So if you're coordinated, you run up right to them and bash. Take that. That's a nice hill there. That'll give us some security here in the future. Alright, so we have a nice little base. Smoke's going out nicely. Have a nice little clearing going. Yeah, that's our first boss over there. So how about we go and mark this on the map? Because this is the best habit you could get into the habit of doing in this game. Marking your home base. And any other base you have. You don't want to lose your bases. This is a big map. Huge, huge map, so yeah, that's one of the keys to this thing, is marking everything. Yeah, you see there? Let's zoom out of that. Yeah, so you can see if you don't mark your base, that could be an issue. For sure. Okay, so we have base 1, that's our starting base. Awesome name. You want to avoid using numbers, numeric numbers. Yep. Yeah, I heard there's a little bug issue that your game could crash if you use actual numbers. So we spelled out 1, O-N-E, which is the thing to do just to avoid that. I've never had my game crash before, but yeah, you definitely want to avoid that. Especially if you spend hours and hours and days chopping down trees and dying. It's just no big issue as long as you have your spawn point. It's not 2 or 3 continents away. Yeah. So let's try that again. Chopping trees is always an issue for me. So we have our spawn point. See, we spawned right there on the bed. And that's exactly what we wanted. Although we did lose a little bit of experience. Okay, he looks a little twisted there. He is laying on his arms. It looks kind of painful. No? Oh well. Yeah, that's happened to me a whole lot. I'm like a tree magnet. Yeah, other friends say they've never been killed by a tree, but I have, as you can finally see. Alright, so let's do this again. So we have a whole lot of wood there that we're gonna need to make this base secure. And secure, I mean, basically the monsters here don't do a whole lot of damage. There's some things that they will like to destroy. Yeah, you notice we have a little bee in there, so we're going to make a beehive. And they will destroy that. They'll destroy your workbench as well. So we want to keep those things nice and safe. And that requires a lot of wood. Okay, so let's see how much wood we can get here. Okay, I think we should have enough to make a nice little fence. Okay, well now that we have a little bit more wood, we can do something that we probably need to do sooner than later. And that is to extend our storage. Alright, well after taking care of this little guy here, which I think we have our little axe damaged. So yeah, let's go ahead and get him taken out. Maybe just knock him out with the fence, our fists. Okay, which also is another skill, hand-to-hand combat. So yeah, it's good to skill up once in a while. All right, so thankfully the metals we don't get that too complicated. So yeah, let's go ahead and repair that. Keep everything up and running is one of the keys to this game. Alright, so let's see if we can find a nice little space to extend our storage. And I think right over here in the corner should be a pretty good space. And what I'm doing right now is probably a little unnecessary, but makes things look a little pretty though. Let's go ahead and do that just to keep things really, really aligned. Just make a little base there. And now we can put our chests on there. That would keep everything just really, really aligned, so we have no unnecessary spaces or anything. So I like to start with 2 chests on the bottom, and then 2 chests on top, and 2 more chests on top of those. Alright, so let's see what our first difficulty is going to be. You're getting that first board in place, right? You see there's nothing where it can snap onto except for the upper part. That's really high up there. So a trick to doing that is getting a little board here on the side. Yeah, let's get all the way up there, 3 or 4 high. And then off of those, you can build your little baseboards. See, that's a real nice trick. And they'll just click right into place. There's the next level, and the next level there. Oh, that may be a little too high, but yeah, we still have that option. Okay, get those into place. And that's just a perfect space for a chest. So that worked out really nice. And we can go ahead and do those. Those we probably won't use those. Alright, so now we can get 2 more chests in there above those. Alright. Really nice and organized. This is a really vital trick that you can use for any base. It just saves you space. Alright, so we have 4 chests there. Now, you see our next little problem here is getting that chest up there because you have to be kind of close to it. So here's a trick here where you can just put a temporary chest there on the ground, jump up on it, you got some elevation, and now you can keep on building. Alright, 1 and 2. Awesome, okay. And the top level, yeah, don't worry about it too much. You could get another chest up there, but yeah, don't worry about it. This is just our outpost. Alright, so now we have some options for organizing our stuff. 6 chests, plus 1 over here in the corner. So how about we take out our building material, just leave this one for tools. Which is a really nice thing to do, so you can find things really fast. Okay, we'll just leave tools in there. And we can put our building materials over here. Okay. So we have our wood, our stone. Okay, we have some seeds. Well, probably wouldn't go in there. We can move that later. That's no biggie. Won't be planting trees anytime soon anyway. I like to keep another chest for food. I can get that separated. Other building materials over there. Okay. So we have our bees still in there, don't we? So how about we put our bees with the food? Say, we'll make food, right? And we have a little torch. Probably want to put over here with the tools. Just taking up space in our inventory. Alright, so we have a whole lot more space now, you can see. Alright, so we have a nice little resting bonus. And we have a bunch of building materials. Okay, so we have our berries there. Gotta be careful not to confuse the berries, the raspberries, with the normal little bushes. I do that sometimes. See, we hit both of those. You don't want to hit that again because that will definitely knock that out. You won't get any more berries from that. Notice the other ones are really dark green. So that one's not a raspberry bush. Alright, we'll leave the other ones there. We can definitely use those. Even later on in the games, there's some recipes where you can use the raspberries, so you want to keep those alive. Alright, so we can take out a few more trees. Get a bunch more wood here, because we will definitely be needing wood here. Because the type of fence we're going to be using is a little overkill. I feel a whole lot better having a really sturdy fence around the outpost. As you could go out around building a long time and just not be there, maybe a month or two. So yeah, making a sturdy fence is something that will give you a little more peace of mind. Okay, so going through this exciting task of getting more wood. Now we have a bunch of rocks here. We can get those rocks a little later on when we get the first boss. That'll give us a pickaxe, so we can take those rocks out. If you really want to get a bigger base going there, so we will need stone and stuff. So what I usually do is I get a portal going, get like a little farming outpost, just go at it, just pickaxe away until you get a whole bunch of stone, because that would make a whole bunch of holes. So, if you're okay with that, but yeah, we'll destroy your building area. So I like to have like little isolated areas where you get all the stone and the wood you want, just really far away from your build. It's no problem, you could just transport it. We'll see how to do that here in a little while, how to get a transporter going. Really cool option in this game. Alright. Nice habit, repairing tools. And I guess we can go ahead and sleep the night off. You can see how fast that is. Yeah, you could keep on working, but you know, well, I mean, if you're in the plains or the swamp or any other dangerous area, yeah, sleeping is a good tactic. Yeah, because you get harder monsters at night. All right, so we're doing awesome. We have all of our stuff sorted away, categorized. We got our fire going, our rested bonus. We got a place to respawn to if we get into trouble. We have our first building materials. It's our feathers to make arrows. Resin also makes fire arrows. And fire arrows are one of the best arrows in the game because they burn. Alright, so here's the dilemma, what to do next. Okay, we could get more wood. Or we could level off the place a little bit more. So, yeah, how about we get a little more wood then? Alrighty, that was really fast. Okay, so we have a lot of wood now. And so the question of what to do next comes to mind. Okay, we also have some mushrooms. Those are really good to store away. Those are actually a key to some other recipes, so you definitely want to hold on to the mushrooms. And, okay, so what do we have here? Oh, we have another seed. Oh, we need a... Okay, let's put that in the right place. Put seeds in a different box. Alright, so we have a lot more wood than we had before. So let's repair our stuff. And let's see if we can make this place a little prettier. Alright, so let's get our hoe out and just go at it. Okay, so you see this relies a lot on stamina, right? Okay, so you can only do so much with the stamina you have. So take it easy, chill out, don't get too frustrated. That's just the mechanics. You'll notice that everything gets leveled out the way you probably want it to. No biggie, that's all. That's to be expected. Yeah, just get it more or less kind of flat. That's just for our fence. And we're just roughly calculating how far our building area goes out. That's how far our first fence is going to go out. No real need for it to go any further than that, but if you do want it to go further, you can just put a workbench down and you can just double that workspace which you probably would be doing if you had your main base here. Yeah, you just extend it just as far as you want. Yeah. Just depends on your imagination, your patience, how far you want it to go. Okay, well, I've been through this a few times, so I know my first outpost shouldn't be that time consuming. Because I probably won't be here in probably a month or two anyway, so. Alright, just something basic. Yeah. Okay, just level that out. You see there's little hills that are still there. Yeah, no biggie. Okay, so let's keep leveling that out. Yeah, just be careful not to level out too close to your walls or anything, because that will knock them down. Okay, probably going a little further out than I should, but yeah, no biggie. Yeah, just get it more or less. Yeah, this will make building your fence a whole lot easier. Yeah, when things are like that. But again, it's not that necessary, just a little extra here. Yeah, of course, if you're in the Black Forest, wood fence wouldn't really cut it. Yeah, wood fence is actually only for the meadows. Keep out those little monsters. Yeah, definitely for the Black Forest, you want to be using stone. Well, more than stone, yeah, I'm actually not referring to the stone blocks. Yeah, just building up little stone walls. That's basically where you get your hoe, and you just build up the ground. Yeah, that's because of the bigger monsters that could knock down your wood fence quite easily. So yeah, just don't risk it. There's a small chance that they won't get near your base, but there is a good chance they will. And yeah, once a big sized monster gets in there, he'll just knock everything down. No mercy. So yeah, to prevent that, yeah, just use wood fences for the meadows. Alright, so you see we have an awesome area there to start out. So we're going to use quite a bit of wood here. Okay, so we have 100 wood in inventory. But we could also go ahead and start our first food production here. We will be moving this later on to our main base, but in the meantime, honey is an awesome food source. Gives you plenty of stamina. You just gotta keep it away from everything else. Can't be too close to the walls, or the bees won't be happy. And bees aren't happy, they want to produce honey. Alright, you can check that like that. Just click on it. The bees are happy. That means it's a proper distance away from everything. Alright, so that's an awesome place to place bees. And now let's place our overkill fence. Yeah, I love this fence. Just because the fact you can leave it there for months and months and return it's still there. There's nothing that's going to be knocking that thing down anytime soon. So yeah, it does take quite a bit of wood. It either takes 4 wood, so that would require sacrificing a lot of trees. But yeah, just the peace of mind knowing it's going to be there when you come back. That's what it's for. Alright, so you can see those lock into place. In the event that they don't, just make sure it overlaps the one that's already there. Because monsters will find a way in. They find a way in, that would just tear through everything. And they have no mercy for workbenches. I found that out the hard way. Alright, so let's just follow that little dotted line around. That's our building diameter. Everything has to stay in there. And within that dotted line, there will be no monster spawns. So if you're wondering about that, yeah, then that's your safe area there. Yeah, everything built within the dotted line, there will be no spawns. They'll spawn outside, but not inside that line. So yeah, as you're probably imagining, you could just put workbenches around everywhere. Just prevent spawns. And that's exactly right. Okay, so you can see 100 wood got us pretty far. Yeah, we have an awesome fence there. I think that's almost halfway around. Almost. Yeah. See, that's our first test of monster prevention. And he just went right around that thing. Which is no problem. Alright. Let's see how much more we can get around here before I have to go chop down some more trees. Oh, and another thing, yeah. Before you forget, you probably need a way to get in and out. So you want to get your gates lined up. This is where the leveling off comes in handy. You level off the ground, you can get a nice little gate going there. Get placed right there, it snaps right there to your fence. Spin the other one around so you have a double gate. And just continue on from there. Everything just snaps into place, nice and pretty. See there? No spaces for monsters to get in and out, which is exactly what we want. A nice little overkill fence. Okay, we're almost around our base now. I don't know if we'd be lucky enough to have enough wood to complete that in the first round. We'll soon find out though. Oh, we're almost there. See, everything's snapping into place. Very nice. What I usually like to do, I like to have two gates. Ah, we ran out of wood. Yeah, two gates, just in case you're running away from something. You want to get in really fast. So you have two options of getting in and out. Which if this was our main base, then yeah, that would be a very good idea to do. An outpost, maybe not so much. Yeah, we need some more wood. Okay. So we're gonna need some more trees. Alright, so we have some hanging up there in the other trees. So let's do that now. It should take us just a few more minutes. Complete that. Yeah, just testing out our gates there. They work perfectly. So let's have fun and chop down some wood. Alrighty. Alright, so that went pretty fast. So let's see here, how much more of this fence do we have to go? Not too much really. Yeah, that's just less than a quarter more ways around. Things are looking really, really good. No honey yet, but that's okay. Alright, so first things first, let's repair our tools. And let's see what we have here. Okay, yeah, we definitely want to rest. Okay, that's something we should be in the habit of doing. Alright, since we have the bed there, that should give us, yeah, 11 minutes. One more minute than we normally have. So, yeah, a few more things give us more comfort. Obviously, a campfire and a roof over our heads. But yeah, beds and other small items too as well. So yeah, we'll definitely see some more of that, like rugs and stuff. We can get a little deer carpet there. That gives a significant boost to our resting bonus. Alright, so I think this is a great place to have the other gate. Not too close to the other one, just in case you have to get in really fast. Alright, and just build off of that. You can definitely see the advantages of leveling off the ground there. Helps us a lot, so everything just clicks into place. Okay, just modify the fin so it kind of like contours, goes around the beehive, because it will stop operating if it's too close to anything. That's a good distance there. And I think we can finish up the fence just like that. Okay, no spaces at all, everything clicked into place. So we have a very, very successful outpost here. With all the basic things we need to survive in this area. Roof, campfire, bed. Alright, and a basic form of food, which should be honey. Which should produce once in a while. So we have our building materials and everything in one place. This was definitely a success. Okay, so here we are again. So we can see our base is completely finished here. Well, completely in the sense that we could leave it for a prolonged period and come back and it should be safe. Alright, how about we do a little exploration? Oh, we'll rest first, just to get the daylight on our side so we can see what we're doing. Alright, and we have our rested bonus going now. Okay, so we have our outpost going. Let's look for the gate. And now basically we're just going to get a sense of where we are. So we're pretty close to our first boss here. We will be confronting once we have a bow. You don't want to confront him without a bow, especially in this stage. So we have our hanging, where we hang our trophies over here. Probably noticed we spawned there as well in the beginning. Okay, so our first boss will be hanging off of one of these rocks here. See that one there, the symbol of a deer. Let's get this guy out of the way because he's annoying. Okay. Alright, here's the symbol of a deer. We'll be hanging our trophy here very shortly. But first, let's see where we're going to be going. Let's check the map. It looks like we're going to be going northeast. Okay. There's some water over there, it looks like. Alright, so this is where we do a little exploration. This isn't actually too bad. We can pick up some things like mushrooms and berries. So this is definitely something that's beneficial. And definitely part of the game. And we'll see some boar that we definitely do need to make our bow. If we could just keep these enemies under control, so sometimes run off. Alright, there we go. Gonna get all the boar we can get. That is definitely something that's in our favor. Don't waste too much time with the deer because they are really fast. Best way to get those are with the bow. Although if you are patient, you could sneak around and there are some tricks to get the deer, but I would recommend just using the bow. You can make plenty of arrows and get those pretty easily. Alright, so get a bunch more berries. Run away over there. All the boar that you can find. So, meadows isn't that hard. Resources everywhere. So everything you need to get started is right here. Okay, we are getting a little deviated. Going a little bit more east than we should be going north. So let's get back on track here. Actually, I was hoping to find some boar over there, but couldn't find any. Plenty of trees though. Pretty cool places to build as well. Alright, some more berries. Go ahead and pick those up. Oh, I think I see a little clearing over there. Those are good. Although if you want to build something, it's good and bad. Because you have to transport the wood. Oh, we see there's already a little construction here. And the story of this is there's been people before you who've come and done the same mission as taking these bosses out. And I hear some bees. I don't have a bow, so this is going to be kind of awkward. I take a few hit points. See if I can get my health up a little bit. Or risk being killed by these things. So let's eat the berries and the mushrooms. And maybe sitting down might get our health up a little faster. Currently at 28. Okay, 31. Okay, it's going up. Yeah, because the bees will take our health down a little bit. So, apparently sneaky, right? Okay, 34. I would say that might be enough to take out that beehive. Okay, they get stung a little bit. That's alright, yeah, I think we got the, we got the queen bee. We actually found an awesome area here if we want to make a little port for boats. Oh, that looks really nice. See how far we're from our objective. Still pretty far, kind of deviated a little bit there. We did find a bee though, and those are really crucial at this stage in the game. We found 3 boars too. Whoops. Pretty lucky. Oh, they're taking off. Alright, there should be no problem. Can get them right here. Good thing we ate something. I've actually been killed by a boar. Oh, in the game, not in real life. Alright, so we have some skins. And we have the meat, which is awesome. Alright. We're actually rocking. Remember one of my very first game spawns was right next to the Black Forest. I had no idea what Black Forest was, of course. So I started making a little base and started noticing that skeletons were taking me out. Yeah, in this stage right now, finding a skeleton is a pretty tough foe. Oh, we're finding actually a lot of berries. That's pretty fortunate. That's a really good food source for now. Not so much for the Black Forest, but for the meadows, yeah. I'll watch out for those black meadow trees. Actually, pine trees, so if you've seen pine trees, you know in the Black Forest. Alright, that's an awesome area. Another form of meat is right over here. Little gecko type things. Walk around the water. Oh, there's a couple over there. That's a very good source of meat. There's some deer, which I doubt we'll be able to catch up with. Once in a while we can. Run up to them and hit them. Yeah. Oh, that was... I was just lucky. I was not expecting to do that. Alright. A little faster than I thought I was. Alright, I saw a little structure over here. Oh, a little standing stone. Okay, so what this one says. There's something about boar or something. Okay, fair in the rain, sun, okay. So basically give thanks because there's a lot of stuff here. Alright, so we found a little structure here. Don't hear any bees, but once in a while they have a little treasure chest in them. Now this one doesn't even have a floor, so... Oh, but there's a little town here. I think we're gonna be too lucky with these deer here. These are actually good places to start out. Oh, they don't like the structure of the houses very much. Oh, we actually got some treasure here. Amber. This is stuff you could trade off later. A torch. We don't use torches too much. And a boar? Already in the fence. That's pretty convenient. Don't wanna kill the berries too fast. Alright. I think we might actually have enough to make a bow now. We'll just check to see if there's anything behind here. You can see these beds aren't operational anymore. You can't really use them. You have to take them apart and okay, so this is actually very lucky. There's more bees here. These are kind of high up. I don't know if we can hit them actually. Could try though. Nope. So basically what we have to do here is sit down a workbench. We just take it all down. So let's get our work hammer out, crafting, and let's take this thing apart. Oh, yeah, I want to keep that out. Okay, and with your little center mouse button, yeah, just take this all apart. I like to take the base out and just watch it fall down. Which it might take some time. Just figure out that the physics aren't on his side anymore. Got a bunch of wood there too. No treasure chest, but we got wood. Alright, and down she goes. The queen bee's actually still up there, along with the honey. Okay, got the honey, have the bee. Oh, we are rocking 2 bees right there, plus 1 at the base. So we have 3. So with that thing producing honey, we are definitely doing very good. Okay, so here's an option here if you want to actually build your base over here. I would actually wait to find the Black Forest. You can build right in the next to the Black Forest. Or in the Black Forest. Really isn't that hard. You just have to pick a lot of stone to make your first wall. And because a troll will go through that very easily. Okay, found another structure over here. Doesn't have a roof, but it's actually the fun thing. There's actually little towns too that you can find in. They're usually populated with bad things, but yeah, just let your imagination go wild. Oh, we have a treasure chest here. We found some coins. Okay, so coins are good once we find the trader. And we can trade for some pretty cool stuff, which we will see in a later video. But just to not make things too long, let's try to get to our destination without getting too distracted. Okay, so let's use a little bit of stamina to do that. Actually found some pretty cool places we could build in the future. Alright, so we're almost there. I can see the icon already. Okay, guess we could pick up some of those mushrooms here. I actually see some boar there. Get those boar because we really need the boar hides. Bunch of boar actually. See some over there in the okay. And take our health down too much. Yeah, let's get these boar, so we definitely want to make a bow. Okay, a little boar here. So they're kind of scattering already. And they will get away. If we let them. Okay, but we're not going to let them. Fortunately, this is a nice little clearing so we can see where they're going. Alrighty, we are doing awesome. Cool, okay. So we definitely have enough to make a bow. I used to mark these, but I noticed they're not always spawning boar all the time, so that depends on you if you want to mark this. Yeah, it says something about the boars and all that. And yeah, I found out the boar don't always spawn in these spots, as I thought in the beginning, so yeah, up to you if you want to mark it on your map. It is a nice clearing. Just check this out, just to make sure we're not lucky again. There's like a old type porta potty thing here. Sometimes you get a little chest up there in the roof. Not the case this time. And we're right here where we should be here. We found our objective. Okay, so we have a nice area here. And we have our bird friend too. Tell us what's up. Yeah, we did find the summit place. Thanks to your help. Yeah, and we found a boar too. So we're gonna take this little guy out. Get some building material. Okay, so here we have a hint. Oh, and we have some more deer. Okay, actually we need a deer to summon this guy. See here, runestone, hunt his kid. Okay, which is a clue that we need to place some deer heads on that table to summon this guy. Okay, but no rush, don't get too excited yet. So we need deer, obviously. To get deer, we need boar. And we seem to be getting quite a few of those. Very fortunately. Sometimes they are kind of scarce. Oh, run out of stamina. See how that made things go a little slower. Something you want to avoid doing in the future. Okay, so we have all the materials necessary. We have an awesome clearing. We found a boss. So we need to make some arrows and make a bow. And we are good to go. Okay, I did a little sightseeing now that we're here. This is a very awesome area to build. Also could be a tactic if you're planning on not doing too well, maybe dying in the process. I want to build a little outpost here as well. I'm a little more confident on my abilities, so I did my very first round in this. Built a little extensive base actually. 2-story little house. The bed and everything. I did die quite a few times. I think maybe 10 would be not saying the whole truth. Oh wow, more boar. I think they just spawned in there. I haven't seen that before. I want to take advantage of that, definitely. Yeah, get all that, because that's really hard to find sometimes. Unless I want to put it here on the hill. Yeah, the more boar the better. That's actually an ingredient that doesn't get old. You can make all kinds of food preparations with boar meat. So, yeah, take them out wherever you find them. Let's see how much we have. 19 and 20 boar meat. And we actually have some deer meat, which is totally unexpected. And deer hide. Enough of those we can make some clothes. Which you definitely want to do. Okay, so let's locate our base. Be heading back there. Due south. And some more boar. One star boar, okay. Of course he's gonna run around in circles first. Take my hit points all the way down to 9. Alright, I think we actually got some more foreskins for that. Another scraps are called. Probably want to eat something now because food supplies are kind of low. So 8 and 7. Yeah, we have our health kind of low. If I need more 1-star board, then yeah, they could definitely take us out. Alright. So this has been an excellent start here in this game. And a beehive. Well, this is like super rare. Yeah, definitely. My first round in this game, I definitely didn't find this many beehives. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a definitely game changer. Oh, they're just floating up there. All right. How many queen bees we have? 3. Okay, plus 1 in base. That makes 4. Okay. I like to take my little workbenches sometimes, so I know the enemies are gonna take them apart anyway. I kind of feel guilty just leaving them there. Okay, this might take a few more seconds, but mushrooms are something you definitely want to pick up whenever you have a chance. Okay, and I think we can find our way back to the base, so if you like this video, please click that like button. And if you didn't, well, if you could do it anyway. You're getting this far anyway, right? Okay, and please subscribe as well, because we're going to be making some other fantastic videos of other games as well. So please hit those 2 buttons, and I'll see you here in our next video, how to take on this deer boss. Epic. Thank you.